everybody. So tonight, it's about, let me see what time we're on. We're on about 8 o'clock Monday night. So I'm going to be I usually do my filming in the day, but I thought I'd come on and show you what I've been doing. So I've been making these scrap flowers. I'm going to raise you down a little bit so you guys can see. And they're literally full of layers, as you can probably see. There's tons of layers. And it all depends on what fabric you use and, you know, how you use it. For instance, this is one got a little bit of blue in. The one I made the other night, which I'm trying to think where it is. Let me go and get it. Wait a sec. Where is it? Right, this is what I made on live. Now this was made out of what we're going to be doing tonight is some flowers, basically. So as you can see on this one, I've just put a bit of blue in. So obviously it'd go on a blue project. Or I could go on something like this, but I'd have that tint of blue in, see, because I've put blue in. Or, now, the flower, this particular flower, stops here. So that is the flower in this project. Now, there is tons of layers. It's all, I've hand sewn these put together. But I'm actually, I'll show you the way I'm sewing it, but it'll take a little bit longer to sew. But it was something to do at night. I do like my sewing. I've got to do some more videos on sewing because I do like picking up my needle and thread but these are all hand sewn, and I don't know whether you'll be able to see the stitches. Let's see if you can see them. Where are they? They are just there. Don't know whether the camera would pick that up, just where my little finger is. But they're all hand sewn, so it's quite secure. But you could use your glue gun. But like I say, each flower gives you a different effect. As you can see, this one's a lot smaller and this one's a lot fuller. So it depends on what type of flower you're going for. Now, how do you make them? Well, I'm going to put these to a side a second. I have got made myself a little pin cushion ages ago, and on here there's like I keep all my needles, my pins, that type of thing. And I've got some white thread and a little scissors. Now this is for if you're hand sewing it. If you want to use your glue gun, you can do. I'm actually going to put my glue gun on. I'm actually going to glue the one I'm going to make, I'm going to glue together. But I'm going to show you how I'd start off sewing it as well, so you get a little bit of both. Now I've put my glue gun on. Right. This is where I'm going to raise you up because you'll need to see this next bit. This is my tray. This tray I actually had off Saz023 on YouTube. I think I've got that correct. No, it's Saz Craft023. Sorry. I will put her name in the description box. But she was the lady who gave me the tray. We're in the middle of doing a swap. The swap was basically something to alter, something that you've made for that person, and something to finish. Now, she gave me many things to alter, but one of them was this tray. So I don't have to. I've altered something else she's given me and sent it back. But what I'm trying to say is, you can pick what you're going to alter to send back. But she gave me this tray. Now, this tray is absolutely a godsend, especially for this type of project. Because at the moment it's holding all my lace, all my cut-offs, all my small doilies, just different things. I'll show you that in a sec now. But as you can see, it's holding everything. Now this tray's actually got like sides, that's why I sort of am in love with it. And it's got 2 handles, so it's quite easy to pick up and transport whatever I want. Now I've got many baskets, but one of them has got some wedding appliques in, and then this triangle is part of my, what I call a spinning storage container. I bought the spinning storage container from the range, and basically you've got little triangle compartments like these. This one's a big one, and then you do actually get it was on like a big round circle, so you get 4 of these big ones, and then you've got 2, 4, 6 of the small ones. So the small ones would be that type of scale, and then it all sort of sinks together on a tray and it spins about. One of these days I'll show you. So anyway, I'm going to be using my scraps now. I've started to cut and use the lace and trims and all different bits that I had the other day. So I am going to start off with, I've got my tray next to me, so if you've seen me reaching for something, I'm reaching for that. Now I did notice I have started doing this one. I'm going to raise it down. This one's actually hand sewn too. It's all hand sewn. Now this is like a little small one. I've actually put some ribbons as well on this, but it needs to be a lot fuller for it to be a flower. See? But there's loads. At the minute, there's loads of little trims, but again, all hand sewn. You can, on this one, you can sort of see the thread. See where I haven't cut it? So, yeah. So how do you begin? Well, I'm going to, for argument's sake now, I'm not going to use white because maybe you're not going to be able to see the cotton. So I'm going to change my cotton. So bear with me while I look for, that one's got needles in. Oh, I can see. Come on, spinny thing. Spin round, spin round. Oh, I'm in a mess. No. Wait a sec, because I'm just destroying everything. Right. Tipping drinks, tipping brushes. Oh my days. Right. Cotton them off. That'll have to be picked up later. Everything's really not playing ball with me tonight. Right. I need to get that off. This in. Right. Sorry, guys. Everything was just tipping. I should have really got it out to right at the start. Now, I bought these the other day. I bought them from the pound shop. They are brads. I call them butterfly clips because they've actually got the 2 metal things right at the back, and you sort of unclip them. You pull it, and then you've got like sort of a clip at the back. Now, we used to call these in school butterfly clips. Don't ask me why, but that's what we used to call them. So I might use these tonight to put in the centre of my flower. So let me change the thread because that's what I was after. So I'm going to go with red. So if I do red, you're going to be able to see it. You won't be able to see the cotton. If you hand sew it, you won't be able to see the cotton. It's just, I'm using cotton because I've personally found it a lot easier. I don't know why, because I'm obviously doing a lot more small stitches, but I found it a lot easier using cotton. Now what I'm trying to do is wrecking the joint. I'm trying to put my cotton back. Right, I'm there. never mind. Right, cotton. Now I need a good length. I'm going to snip the length off. So I'm giving myself a real good length. I would say I'd probably give myself, 23 times 2, what's that? 46 inches of cotton. My table is a mess. Oh dears. Right. I think I'm okay now. Do you know what? It plays havoc. When something tips, it really annoys me. I don't know why, it just does. Right, cotton. I need that to go back to. See, and they stack together out on top. That's how they stack. When I'm not wrecking the joint, it works a hell of a lot better. Oh, and I found some doilies as well. There they are. This is not all bad. Right. Where's my needle? Needle. Right. Now you can clearly see I've got some red cotton on my needle. That's for me to begin with. Now I'm going to stick my needle back in my pincushion so I don't lose it while I'm doing this. Now, this is the fun bit. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise you up. I'm going to move this over because I want you to see my laces. I want you to see how I'm picking them to put on. I should have done all this beforehand, but never mind. Hey-ho. Right. We'll stop in it now. Oh, that little dish and that little stove. Right, there. You guys see that? I'm hoping you can. Right. My pincushion is next to me and my glue gun's the other side. Now, this is how I started to do it. I'm going to be doing, I don't know. Let's go with quite a full flower. So, I want my base at the minute. Now, when I'm cutting my base, I'm going to just cut some of this fabric. When I'm cutting my base, I'm not going straight. I'm not even going I'm not going straight. Neither am I going, I'm not looking for a perfect square. Now, this fabric was cut off a skirt. So, there's my base at the minute. I've got some netting, some, it's not called netting, I can't remember what it's called. So that's my two, right? This is how I started it off. Now you can always add to this. You can either add to it on top or you can add to it underneath. So even though this may be my base now, it might not be my base when I'm finished. So I'm going to take the needle at the back and in the centre. Bring it up and I'm going to put it back through. And I'm going to put it through that loop. That saves me trying to make a knot in my cotton because I can never get a perfect knot. And I'm going to give it 2 stitches, almost like a cross. See how I've just marked it with a cross in the centre? So those are my 2 things. And my needle, my thread always stays at the back after I've done my stitches, and when I'm picking my next sort of fabric, it'll stay at the back. Now, I don't know, because you can play about with the fabrics that are already there. So I'm going to fold this in so it's like that, and then I'm going to bring it at the back. Bring it at the front, sorry, it's now around my finger, and put it back through the back. So it's like that. Now I've only done 1 stitch because it doesn't need too much. I'm going to leave it at that for the minute. I'm just going to leave it at that. Now, let's see what else we've got in here. I don't know. Let's have a bit of this fabric. And as you can see, it is cut off. It's not perfect. I am, however, going to cut that little seam at the bottom. This way, it's come off the top, it has. Don't throw it out because I will use it in a second. Now I am going to, I I don't know, fold it in half and go there. Right, so again at the back, through the middle, back through the back. Because this is, I folded it, I need to do at least 2-3 stitches. So at the back, and you can go any which way you want with these. I found that I had my idea, this inspiration, an idea, I don't know whether it was her idea or whether she was inspired by somebody else, but she certainly inspired me, and that was Roxey Carr. She inspired me to make these, and I've been making them ever since. So let me go for another fabric now. This is a cut off again. I don't know. I'm going to go with fabric at the minute because I am using, or could we go for some of the eyelet? Yeah, we could, can we? I'm going to cut it down. We'll go with a bit of yellow. Right. Now you could either fold it like that, or we're going to put it, I don't know, just like that. Right. Just lay it on top. Again, through the back, through the front, and through the back again. You can add to this front or back, so your base that you started off with could be your middle. See how it's brought it in? That's all right. I'm not panicking. I'm going to do 2 stitches though, and since that's brought it in for me, I'm just going to fold the fabric and stitch, leaving my thread at the back. Let me see what else we've got on here. I don't know. Oh, what about some of this? This has come off a doily. You know, like the outer edging of a doily. Now again, should I go there? Or, yeah, we'll go there. So you'll sort of see it on the end. My glue gun is on, but like I say, I like, I don't know how Roxey made hers. She showed us the scrap flower, what she had made in a video, and she said I had made this from scraps and this is what I had used. But I haven't actually, as of yet, Roxey, watched how you did it. But I am going to, because it might be quite different to where I'm doing mine. So I've done 3 stitches again, leaving my thread at the back, because that allows me then to mess about with my fabrics. Now, again, some doilies, right? We're going to go, I don't know, there, for instance, argument's sake. Let's go there. Now, it does get, as you're going along, and you're threading your needle, it does become quite thick, because of course you're threading on top of it. Do you know what I mean? But you could glue one. You don't have to thread one. I'm going to do 3 stitches again, and then there. Right, now you're probably going, that's, can you guys see that? I'm going to raise you down just that tad. Oh, you can see a lot better now. Right, now I've got a piece of cheesecloth. It is sort of it's just a scrap head of cheesecloth, and I'm going to stick mine, I don't know, let's dye down that bit of yellow. I'm going to stick it on top just like that. Again, make 3 stitches. And all I'm using is my scraps. Now it's not looking like much of a flower as of yet. Or maybe it is, I don't know. You have a look. If I held it like that, we've got the shape starting to develop here. I've got loads of tiny little bits. Oh, you are. There's one there. Right. Literally up, down, and then, so that's 2 stitches. And your flower will sort of develop its own shape. Can you see how that's sort of starting to develop? Now, say I wanted this corner, maybe we'll use this thread. See how, I don't know. And you sort of play about with it. You don't be frightened not to play. I'm going to leave that as it is a minute. I can always come back to it. I've got a bit of tulle here again. We'll go there. What might actually, if I've got enough of it, yeah, we'll fold it. So fold it in half and literally just keep adding to it. And that's how I would start off. Sew into it, do you know what I mean? And these type of flowers you can do sitting in front of the TV. It doesn't have to be, they can be added to your projects then. It doesn't have to be, once you got the idea of it, you can keep adding to it. Now, this bit, this white bit is a little bit long and this tulle a little bit long. You can sort of see the flower developing, so I am going to, I'm going to stick that there. Stick it in the centre. I think I'm going to stick that in the centre and I'm going to cut my base down. And I'm going to cut this down. And then so you can sort of see where I'm going with it. Now I'm using a full applique in the centre of. Right. So that's my 2 stitches and I want to make 3. So I'm going to go dead in the centre and I'm going to pull it tight. So that's my, you can sort of see the flower developing. Now, all I've done is I've used scraps and that's all you do. You just keep adding and adding and adding until you're happy with it. So I'm going to go, let's go there with that one. I'm going to do a few more and then I'm going to show you how you can add to the top and how you, well, you can see how you can add to the top, but I'm going to show you how you can add to the back too. Just 3 stitches. Right, and then we had this little one. Now, still something quite not missing. There's something a little bit missing to where I'm happy to go with it. Now I've got this one. I'm going to stick that on there. And you just keep going. And like I say, it does get a bit more, it's not going through there. It does get a bit more tough. If you're sewing it, it does get a bit more tough. Because you're obviously just sewing on top of stitches. Right, now it does need 3. So as I said right at the very start, I did 46 inches of thread. Right, you can sort of see how it's developing. Now look at the layers we've created. Right, I am going to, there's this one little leaf here. I'm going to add that just there, and then I'm going to show you how you can add it to the back of it to make it more fuller at the back. Come on, needle. It's getting a bit more tough, that's why my needle is struggling a little bit. Come on. There we go, the thread somewhere. There. Now that will probably need, I don't know, let's say 2. If that. 1 stitch. Right. Now I'm going to tie that off at the back. And the way I tie my thread is because I doubled threaded it, so I folded my thread right at the very start, I'm able to sort of split my thread apart and tie a knot. And I wouldn't worry too much about your stitches because you're not going to see them. When they're stuck on something, you won't see it. Right, that's how you would start it off. Now, say I wanted to add to the back of it. I'm now gonna, where's my thread gone? Yeah. I'm gonna take another bit of thread. Come on. Again, good length of it. Cut it the same, you want the thread same size. And all I've done is I folded it. Pulled the thread, looped over, and then cut it. So you end up with one side is a loop. Where is it gone? There. There, look. And then this side is where your 2 ends are. Oh gosh, come on. Can't see my thread now. There it is. I got it. Right. Now, say I wanted to add to the back. You can sort of see it developing, and you just keep going with your scraps, and you'll end up with a real full flower. So I wanted to add to the back, and I'm looking at it. Oh, do you know what? I really wished I'd kept going with my fabric. We're going to add to my back. Now, I've got some of this material. I'll need to cut it down, so I'm just going to cut a section off it. Right. I'm going to fold it in half because it is sort of chiffon-y material. And then I'm going to put a lacing on top of that. And what you do is put your needle through the back of in the centre to the back of your new piece. You pull your cotton and you put it back through. And then you see where that loop was right at the start. Put it over your needle, like that, like so, and pull. And then that will keep you stitching. Now again, I'm only going to do 3 stitches, because that's all it'll need. 3. And always keep your thread and your needle to the back of your work. Take this, and because you will see where your thread has begun to go through the material. Now you can go all the way through, and at the end I would suggest doing so. That's what I've done to mine. Take your new material, put your needle through, and sort of put it at an angle, so it can, instead of coming through the middle, it's coming through the side. Because when you're finished, what I did, I took a needle, turn this flower, let me just tell you something, turn the flower and then do it again. Pull your needle and push it back through. And what I did to mine is I did it 3 times, 3 turns. So 1, 2, and then 3 would be here. So back through, at an angle, pull, then through the fabric that your flower is. My needle gone, there it is. And back through. See? And now you've got this material there. It's actually sitting there. Now, if you wanted to make your material a bit more tighter, push your needle through the fabric that you had, back through your new fabric and pull. Go through the loop before you pull it too much, and then pull that. Now that will secure it, so it'll stop it sort of moving. And that's how you add your material, and you sort of keep going. So say I wanted another piece. I'm now going to put, I don't know, let's put a piece here, but folded. I'm just going to do this quickly because otherwise I don't want you getting bored of me. So let me just, I don't know. There's so much of my scrappy doo-doos. I know. I've got a piece of ribbon here. Fold it in half. I'm going to fold it in half and I'm going to slot it. I might have to chop some off. Chop the ends off. Don't get rid of your little scraps because they'll make a small flower. Put it in where you want it. So if I want mine there, so you see there's the loop. I've only folded it over. Your needle is at the back of your work. I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to go through that loop, and this time I'm going to go up through a different piece of fabric. Through the loop, back through my chiffon fabric, back through the loop, and back through the fabric. Don't be frightened either to do it at an angle, so you're sort of doing messy stitches. That's the only way I would describe it. And that isn't even a stitch, just what I've just made up in my head. Now you might have to do a couple, but I'm going to have to do a couple because my fabric, even though it's chiffon, it is a bit difficult, that much to work with. So now I've put my needle through the back, through the middle. Would you using as your flower's getting thicker, you might have to switch your needle. So my needle I used was this type of needle, and it's, I don't know, just 3 inches. And it went all the way through, and that's how you'd continue and continue and continue until you get the fullness that you want. And all that is just using your scraps up. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to continue working on this flower, and then once I've added a little bit more, I'll take a picture and show you right at the end. Thank you, or I might show you in, I'll show you in the next video what my flower, I'll continue to work on it, and I won't take a picture, I will show you in my upcoming video, so stay tuned for that. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, let me know if you've given that a go. Thank you, Roxy, for showing me your flower. I haven't yet seen the tutorial, but I'm going to see how you put yours together. It's probably a bit different to mine, we all have different methods, and yeah, it just uses all your scraps up. So thank you all for watching, and I will catch up with you all soon. Take care now. Bye for now.